Spoilers. Alright, yo, like before we begin this, I just want to say this right now that I'm doing this theory, or just saying this theory for a video, just simply for fun. Content, even. I'm gonna like to be more transparent. This is probably just grasping straws here, and just probably little to nothing towards this particular theory. Again, I'm just doing this for fun on some Pepe Sylvia shit. Um, so don't get pissy with me in the comments or anything like that. I hope you enjoyed the video though. All right, everybody. So before we get this whole theory thing like down and everything between, so please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Make sure it helps out the algorithm a lot. I'm like at what 79 some subscribers, so with that very very small. But yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so after I've been trying to work on this video at least for a couple hours, and I lost all the progress that I made. Something happened with the recording, and it just got messed up. So no editing. I'm tired as hell and a little unmotivated. So I'm just going to essentially like just get through this as best I possibly can. So the brief iteration of the theory that I want to get into, and how I came up with this thought to begin with. It's a crack pipe type theory on some again Pepe Silva shit. So here's the breakdown. So it's a thought that I have a V and and how they're canon in some particular type of way in the cyberpunk universe, because I always wondered how I always wonder, like, I know V is canon, but how in a way is canon? What gender is canonical? Like what gender is canonical or what? So I have even more questions after reading the Cyberpunk comic that came out. I'm not sure how long it came out ago, but essentially to paint the scene, because I can't show it because of copyright reasons, and we know how copyright YouTube and comics, like showing comic panels, not really the best decision right now. It's not the best decision. So to paint the scene, we got the two people talking at the No Tell Motel, same motel that V meets with Dex. After the failed heist at Capecchi Plaza, Johnny's dead. T-Bug might be dead. I don't really know. So the two random NPCs were basically random NPCs because this is a comic, but I'm calling them NPCs, characters we don't really like care for real. But in the book, they was talking about how a lot of people were dying or getting killed at the No-Tell Motel. And it turns out one of them said something about like how they saw young Cyberpunk go into a room and was being yelled at by a guy for messing up for a big mess up that he made, and then you hear gunshots ring out later, a little bit later on. I know that a lot of like deaths happen and a lot of shady stuff happen behind the scenes in Night City or in plain sight, especially at the No Tell Motel. But the thing is, he's talking about is definitely referencing V and Dex and that scene in the game. What I also find pretty crazy is that what I find pretty crazy is that they said him. We never had a like, and we know they were talking about V and Dex in that situation because that sounds almost verbatim that scene in the game where he meet with Dex and gets shot. So I'm like, okay, V is a male. Is that like the canon? What? So my video is what gender of V is like canon. I have a theory, and I heard that some people might have the same thing as well. I'm not sure if it's true or not, but apparently, I believe, and a couple others believe that V, both male and female V, are canon to the story. How does that make any sense? I have a thought, maybe a theory, crap pipe again. Really, no basis for this particular theory, but I have a theory that essentially both male V and female V are canon, and in some particular way, shape, or form, at least maybe two of the life paths might be canon in some way. Let me explain. Because both male V and female V essentially have the same, not the same birthday. They have different birthdays within the universe of Cyberpunk. They have different distinct birthdays. Now, even though they're both named V, one name is Victor, one name is Vincent, and the other one name is Valerie. This name's male female V's respectively, and they both had different birthdays. Now, why would CDPR do that unless they're going to like do something with that in the future? Because if you're going to have the option for people to switch between male and female characters, usually you would just give them both the same birthday and call it a day. But CDPR deliberately gave them different birthdays. I guess it either helped with the role playing aspect, or that there are two V's within the universe of Cyberpunk, and the one that the players pick from beginning that the players pick when the game starts is the one that has the main quest, and that V, the other V, supposedly other V might be in a story some other time. I guess it really depends on which players pick what story, and so on and so forth. So in a way, if this is true, then CDPR might have made both of them canon. It might make them brother and sister, or it'll be some multiverse stuff where one timeline is male V, the other timeline is female V. So that's a little bit of confusing on itself, I know, but if that is the case and that both V's are canon, I have it's not a feeling or something like that, but it's like, it's this thing that they could potentially do, and I feel like it's a little bit going this direction. So it's probably a reference to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, essentially where each new entry, there might be different characters, but they might be of the same, they might all be related, it might be the same bloodline, and they all go by the same name V or something like that. It's a theory, and it just spun off to multiple different things, and it might not mean anything, but it's still something interesting to bring up, because that I can see that happening, and I also can see the fact that both male and female V are canonical in some way, shape, or form, whether they're a brother and sister, and it also goes into like the different life path, where one V that's canon, or not canon, but the one with the main story, goes one life path, and another one, whatever CDPR decides to do with it, either make them both the same life path, or have one choose one life path and another chose the other. Like, for instance, Street Kid, one is Street Kid and the other one's like corporate, or something like that. But that's really about it